Okay, howdy. I said I was gonna play some Otome games for YouTube, and here I am. I'm starting out with Nameless, because I think it's a pretty popular one, and I haven't played it yet. It's published by Chariots, the same people who published Dandelion and Mystic Messenger, which I think most people into Otome games have played. But I played a little bit of Mystic Messenger, but I just found the whole like staying up late to talk to them kind of to be a pain in the ass. That might be a bit of a hot take, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. Sorry for the 4x3. That's just how the game is. It's a bit old, so you and I are both gonna have to deal with it. Let's get going. I am gonna be using a guide to make sure I get all the endings. That's how I prefer to play. Select a piece. Oh, you pick the boys. Alright, we can't pick these boys. Some pretty boys. But this is the sort of canon name, so I'm just gonna go with that. Prologue, baby. Blinding white light fills my sight. My arms and legs feel lighter, and soon I feel my body hover. Alien abduction? Where am I? Maybe in a dream? I gather the strength to walk forward despite my feet barely touching the ground. No matter how far I go, white space continues without end. I open my eyes, but I can't see or hear anything. I stop and look around. This place, so pure and clean. But for some reason, I feel sad. What do those dots mean? That's odd. This place, surrounded by glimmering light, white as snow, is breathtakingly beautiful. Can we appreciate this music? What is this? I've never experienced music like this in an Otome game before. Excellent. But such extreme beauty can only belong in another world. I see something blurred far away. I couldn't see properly because of the glaring light coming at me from all directions. All I could make out was a tall person and another slightly shorter. Two people? Are you really okay with that? Yes. Do you believe? Again with the three dots. Is it supposed to be like a dot dot dot? Because it's not like on the text line. Who are they? What are they talking about? I do not know. Your answer does not match your actions. Ah! Alright. That is what suits you right now. Do as you please, except remember that you are responsible for the consequences of your choice. Do not forget that everything was done solely by your own will. I understand. Now then, take this. The tall man hands over something. And the man who took it looked down for a while and slowly turned to my side. His lips seemed to move a little. What? He seems to be talking to me. Let's go a little closer. Suddenly, fierce wind started to rip through. The wind seemed to will me out of this place. Hold on. Not yet. Wait. I haven't... Yeah, I think it's just a dot dot dot. Along the wind, a myriad of feathers flew around and blocked my sight. I parted through the wind, blowing towards me, and made my way to him with all the strength I had. The moment I thought I finally reached him, I fell into a bottomless pit, along with countless feathers. I was woken up by the noisy alarm clock. Is it morning? Ugh. But I think I was dreaming about something until just now. I keep tracing my memory, but still fuzzy from sleep. I can't remember. I don't dream often, so the feeling after having one feels strange. The most recent dream was... right, it was then. It was when Grandpa died, about 3 years ago from now. The day I fell asleep, tired from remembering my grandpa who was no longer by my side, I had a dream about waking up to a peaceful morning with him. In my dream, I saw him smiling and waking me up as always, telling me, "You'll be late if you don't get up now." And the next morning, when I realized that his smile was all just a dream... oh no, this one too. Let's think happy thoughts in the morning. Anyways, it's definitely been a long time since I had a dream. I drew the curtains as soon as I got out of bed. Alright, let's get to getting. Get out of bed. The window was slightly wet from the rain last night, but as a result, the sky was incredibly clear. Wow, the weather's so good today. Grandpa, isn't today perfect to hang out the laundry?
Battery critical.
I hope you didn't hear that, my headphones dying. I stare at the small framed picture on the desk. I should also mention, this game does go into some pretty heavy themes. I tried looking up just like a general trigger warning list. I couldn't really find specifics, but before each episode I'll try to remember to post a little warning. But just a heads up. This house used to be the place where two people, my grandpa and I, used to live. He took care of me instead of my parents who went abroad for research. Some game characters, they never have their parents around. I listened to him more after I grew up because I'd lived with him since I was little. Most pictures are of Grandpa and I. Grandpa's smile was in all the pictures pinned at the board above the desk. I cannot even begin to describe the amount of shock I received when he passed away from a chronic illness. Days passed by with me constantly passing out from crying so hard. Jesus Christ, have you ever passed out from crying? That's intense. Unable to bear seeing me like this, my parents suggested that I move to the States with them. But I shook my head. I didn't want to be a burden to their research, but more importantly, I couldn't leave this house. I wonder what kind of research they do. This house was full of memories I had with Grandpa. She's being stubborn. It's serious, honey. She's stubborn like her grandfather. She won't budge. Are you sure you'll be alright? Please don't be like that. We won't have to worry about our work. No, it's really fine. All my friends are here. I want to graduate in Korea. If you say so, alright. As they commonly say, no parent can persuade a child otherwise. Do they commonly say that? I don't believe that. I saw them off, and their disappointed smiles, and I became alone in this house. The house is a bit too big to live in by myself. I slowly looked around the living room. Grandpa, it's already been over a year. Time flies by really fast, doesn't it? Around the house, there are still many traces of him other than the pictures. I'm living to the fullest just by myself, so don't worry. At first, I wasn't used to being alone, so every night I blankly stared inside the empty house. And every time, it just made me feel more and more lonely. But now, everything is alright. Because I have those kids. Okay? I see the desk muddled with diaries and pens. It's a cute little pen cup. And on the shelf next to it are my most cherished treasures. They are the joys of my life and my precious friends who gave me back my smile. Little dolls. Weird she called them kids. Hey everyone, had a good night's sleep? Mom's right. I really am a carbon copy of Grandpa. A cartoon copy. He really loved books, and it was his hobby to collect antique books. So the house always smelled of all kinds of books. Smeely. And in my case, it was my hobby to collect dolls. Kroby Doll is the company that produced these dolls. I call it the company that gives dolls souls. The first day I got to know about Kroby Doll through the internet, I had this intense feeling. After that day, I started collecting the allowance my parents sent me. And finally one day, as I desperately hoped for, I got my first doll. He died after I bought my first doll, and that's when I devoted myself to collecting more dolls. Collecting dolls became more important to my life because I was left alone in this huge empty house. I ended up getting 4 more dolls, and now I have 5 in total. I like them. I like their different aesthetic. I really like long hair, white hair. Very pretty. This poor guy's face is cut off. They were quite expensive to buy for the average student, so I had to cut back on other expenses. Okay. Hi, young master. This doll, standing here flaunting his long, shiny silver hair, is Lance, the first doll I ever bought. Why is she calling him young master? Is she like a RPing as these dolls' maids? It's odd. Lance is the one doll that always stood by me when Grandpa was alive. Okay, blonde hair. Good morning. You're cute as usual. The doll with its tiny, delicate face and bashfully gathered hands is Yanho, Kroby doll's prototype. Okay, I checked how to pronounce his name online, because I look at it and I think it's Yanho, and I saw some people saying it's Yanhu, but I couldn't really, I was seeing both. So, I'm gonna call him Yanho, and hopefully that's correct. The day I met him, I was surfing the internet as usual after coming home. But then I saw Yanho being sold in an auction for a ridiculous price, and without hesitating, I clicked the bidding button. Later, when I opened the delivered box containing Yanho, I unconsciously screamed out of happiness. What kind of person was the owner, selling such a pretty doll at such a cheap price? Yanho seems like he will never betray me, even if I love him unconditionally. And that is probably the biggest reason why I bought him. Some of the phrasing I notice is a little awkward, but that's okay. See a doll with red hair. Hello, warrior. Earth is safe today, all because of you. I like her lore for them. I mend the hair of a red-haired doll. Meeting Red was special. People were a bit surprised when Kroby Doll announced the action hero type doll Red in their new release conference. Kroby Doll has always been known for their charming and mature male dolls. Amongst all the worry, Kroby Doll recruited testers for Red, and luckily I was selected. When my name was announced, I couldn't believe my ears. But unfortunately after the conference, Red was not officially released. They only chose one tester to give this doll for free, and that was me. What kind of review did you give to where they didn't put it out? It's still a shame that they did not release the doll afterwards. It would have been nice for him to have gained popularity and be officially released, but as a result, I was the only person in the world who owned Red. You could sell him for so much money, are you kidding me? But I can't help but feel gloomy every time I look at him. Brown hair. That's not brown hair. Look at the weather today. It makes me feel better just by looking. I feel like I'm looking at you. I raise the brunette doll's hand and wave. There's a lot of backstory between how I was able to get Tay. When Kroby Doll first released Tay, his popularity was beyond imagination. Being limited edition, along with having a dandy and handsome face, brought out an explosive response from the fans. Look at this dandy boy. As a result, I failed to purchase it. I could only get him used because he was limited edition, but I'm fine with it. I mean, doesn't look like banged up or anything. Alright, black hair. Sorry, my cat was biting my monitor. I see the tallest doll among the 5. I love this braid. This whole hairstyle is very gender. The tall black-haired doll with a slender body and model-like feel is Yuri. Unlike the existing dolls in Kroby Doll's adult line, he seems realistic and looks like a mature adult male. Is that why you called them kids? Are they like teenagers? The number of visitors still explodes when I post pictures of you on the blog. It was Yuri who saved my blog from wasting away to rot. I receive a lot of comments when I upload pictures of him. Whatever, I think I like that too. Okay. His broad shoulders and beautiful figure oozes sexiness. As if he's telling us with his body, I am cool. I doubt more explanation is needed. Okay. Money was a bit tight from the expense, but I have zero regrets. Anyway, the new shoes should arrive today. To whom should I put them on first? They all have the same size feet? I straighten myself and stretch. The 5 dolls watch in silence. Although they are lifeless dolls, it's become a habit to talk to them like this. Poor girl's so lonely. Darn, I'll be late. I have to get ready. The clock was heading towards 8. I picked up my uniform, sprawled on the floor, and was heading out the door when I suddenly halted. I hurried back to my room and said goodbye to the dolls. Watch the house, everyone. I'll be back. I want to make fun, but if I leave the apartment without saying bye to my cats, I will return. I'll turn around, I'll unlock the door, and I'll tell them goodbye. They said nothing in return, but I said bye as if they were real people. But made it. I was able to make it on time after catching the last bus. I was in ruins after surviving the crowded bus, but all that matters is that I wasn't late. I'm really going to have to wake up early starting from tomorrow. Otherwise I'll die like this. I pledge this every day, but I've never actually done it. That's a mood. Oh, did the UFO rise from the west today? Fix your hair. Although, it really is a talent having your hair stick up like that in different directions every morning. Huh? Oh. Hi, good morning. I sit on my desk, pressing my stuck-up hair back to my head. She approaches the seat next to me. The way she sweeps her shiny, voluptuous curls, or the way she drops her eyes reek of elegance. All you have to see is her fearless voice and confident moves to notice her self-assured personality. Good morning to you, too. Her design is very cute. I like her hair. What do you do every night that makes you barely come here on time? Do you have a secret boyfriend or something? Well, I do have doll boyfriends. Okay, the main character is kind of insane. Last night, I was so absorbed with taking pictures of the dolls that I went to bed at dawn. Do you think she makes them, like, kiss? Like I used to do that with my Barbies. I feel like she does. Hey. I hear another voice behind me. I turn around to see a girl with short boyish hair right behind my back. Is she romanceable? Oh my god, I love her. Girls in the class stirred as they saw her standing slanted with her hands in her pockets. Hi, Shinbi. Soy, Shinbi, and I are called the trio in this class. Soy and Shinbi were childhood friends since they were little, and I became friends with them after I entered this academy. I never thought I'd be friends with them at first because of their gorgeous and showy looks. Yeah, at first. So, what do you think? What? Sorry, I missed it. Say that again? Hey, I was talking here. Are you staring at nothing again? Anyways, about this here. Which design looks better? So I handed me a magazine. Top 5 cute dresses in trend for girls. The gorgeous model posing in a pretty dress looks familiar. The name of the model written in the bottom left page looks familiar too. Huh, I wonder. Shinbi. Ever since Shinbi was street cast, she has often missed classes for modeling work. Soy tells me she has a lot of fans and is quite popular nowadays. But Shinbi herself doesn't seem to be into those things. Anyways, Shinbi, you're everywhere on the magazines nowadays. Isn't it hard? A bit. It's okay, though. You have it tough. You should have said no like I did. Soy was beside Shinbi when she was cast, and Soy was offered too, but refused right at the spot. If you model, won't you be able to meet cute male models? I asked her why later on, and she replied like this. You have a long way to go, my friend. Modeling isn't it. I can't be satisfied with just looking. What does that mean? I want something on a higher level. Yes, I'd rather be a designer who can touch the models as much as she wants. That's a little predatory. After that, I didn't listen carefully. God, it's so bright. I was wondering why today was so quiet. She turned her head towards the flashlight. Countless phones were flashing through the windows on the hallway. It's a sight that has become common due to Shinbi's rising popularity. Somebody at the school should do something about that. Everyone seems to have waited for this moment. They're more desperate because Shinbi missed the class a lot last week. Even I just barely said hi at the cafeteria last week. Hey, why did you come to school that day if you weren't going to come to class? To buy milk. There's one that's only sold here. Yep. Right. Oh yeah, speaking of the cafeteria, I almost had a heart attack this morning. A heart attack? Why? I'm really losing the plot on Soy's voice. It just sounds like my regular voice. Okay, listen. We were headed to the cafeteria because Shinbi said she wanted to buy strawberry milk. Do you really want to drink 2 of those in the morning? In front of you? What? In front of you. What's in front of... Ah! It's morning and it's already noisy. I love this guy's design. Mr. Eugen! What is that? You've been screaming and it's loud. I can still hear you without you yelling. What's the big fuss about? Blood. Oh wait. Blood. Blood. Blood! You're covered in blood! And what is that in your hands? Is that a knife? Is it? Call 911. What? Oh, it's nothing. This is... Here. Ew, get that away from me. Huh? It's... ketchup. Yes, ketchup. I wanted a burger for breakfast, but it was too big to eat, so I cut it with a surgical knife. Some got on my clothes. You don't understand, I'm obsessed. Huh. Why are you guys standing like that? Oh, do you guys want some? Okay, I'll share. Follow me to the infirmary. Oh, and Shinbi, since you're coming anyways, I would love to have a serious chat about your fibula. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I was on a diet. Well, we'll both be off then. Adieu, Mr. Eugen. Wait. I really almost had a heart attack. And why did he have to eat a burger in the morning? And... So I punched the table. Why in the world did he use a surgical knife to cut food? How do they take care of the equipment here? I mean, why is there a surgical knife in the first place? We don't even learn anatomy. You know he keeps that thing on him. Really? I was crazy to have had a crush on him for just his looks. I like him because he's unhinged. Weren't cute looks all that mattered? What are you talking about? Good looks are just necessary for starting love. What comes next is more important for true love. Listen carefully. Appearance is simply the first gate guys have to pass. The second gate is being normal. Mr. Eugen failed to pass that second one. I nod. I agree that he's not normal. Do you know what the third gate is? What is it? It's manners. Manners. Oh, if they don't pass the fourth gate, all of those are useless. The fourth one is... Soy's eyes glimmered. Capability. But again, if they can't pass the 5th gate, it's just like spraying soy sauce onto a beautifully cooked steak. The 5th gate is... Hey, you listening? Oh, I like her heart pupils. I just hope that someone manages to pass all those gates before she becomes a wrinkly grandmother. Now that I think about it... Yeah? The school nurse was looking for you. What? Oh, right. He said you should stop by the infirmary. What? Thanks for telling me so quickly. No biggie. Miss Health Commissioner, have a safe trip. I wish you good luck. Alright, thank you. I stood up weakly. As I walked drowned in my thoughts, I quickly arrived in front of the infirmary. I should listen to Soy and stop staring at nothing. I tapped both my cheeks with my hands. Oh, Mr. Skeleton, I love your bow tie. You looked for... Oh, Beatrice, look at that beautiful 4th lumbar vertebrae. Oh, Beatrice, how can you be this enchanting? There cannot be another woman more beautiful than you. That's what I'm saying. The handsome guy was embracing a skeleton model and ardently confessing his love in the morning. He's so good looking. What a shame. There are more than a few people who are blessed with good looks but miserably fail at using them. Would others think like this of me playing with dolls? Let's make sure no one knows. My belief that some hobbies should remain a secret was not wrong. Mr. Eugen, I heard you asked for me. He looked at me with bitter eyes for interrupting their private quality time. He looks dandy as always. Just the looks. Don't be mean to him. Guy has his passions. Oh, a student. Asked for you some time ago, and now here you are. He had me run errands that often, but still doesn't know my name. He doesn't know the name of most kids. Oh, but he did seem to remember Soy and Shinbi's names. Probably because they're pretty? Of course, his idea of beauty was a bit different from those of others. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Well, alright. Move that guy to the prep room. He pointed at the upper body anatomy model he frequently used during classes. His name was, I think, Christopher. Whenever I ran errands, he often told me all kinds of stories. One of them was about Christopher. Christopher is apparently Beatrice's half-brother. Mr. Eugen is honestly annoyed with him, but he takes care of him because Beatrice adores him. Such a tear-jerking story. I don't think I can carry this alone. Although the model was just the upper body, it was too heavy for a girl to carry alone. Women can't lift. Can't live for shit. I picked the model up in quite an unattractive pose. God forbid. He didn't give me a single glance despite me struggling to pick it up. Well, Mr. Eugen, I'll be heading out. Oh, Beatrice, how can you have such beautiful shoulder blades? How can you seduce me like this? I already adore every single particle of you. I should close the door when I head out. Some kids who were passing by heard his voice through the open door and started whispering. Some argued that it didn't matter because he looks cute. If I'm not to ruin my life with just one choice, I would quit thinking that. Someone else said that he's too creepy and asked if he's not crazy. I agree. Come on, he's just quirky. Ugh, heavy. Christopher, this model was indeed too heavy for a girl to carry. The only reason I can manage to carry it is because my trained arm muscles are used to carrying 2-kilogram dolls every day. While you were studying at the library, I was lifting my dolls. Ugh, so many boys pass, but no one even looks. No one notices me because I'm too ordinary anyways. Love this femcel. Things would be different for Soy and Shinbi. Soy would have shoved the boys around like a queen, and for Shinbi, girls would have volunteered to help. I smirked at imagining all that. I don't really feel bitter, though. I agree too that their looks attract people. Oh no, recess will be over soon. I should hurry up. I'm here. Guys, I'm back. I'm tired. I throw myself into the sofa without even taking my uniform off. As I bury myself in the comfy sofa, I felt as if all my sore muscles were screaming. God, my shoulders. Tomorrow I'm definitely not going, even if Mr. Eugen asks for me. All I do is suffer. I turn around on the sofa. As usual, I blankly stared at the ceiling. There's so much to do, but I don't even want to move a finger. I have to take out the trash and wash my uniform. But I don't want to move at all. I overworked myself today. I ran in the morning so I wouldn't be late. I carried around a heavy model. I even survived the hellish cafeteria during lunch. I just want to rest and sleep like this. But the list of chores kept swimming in my head, so I couldn't just stay still. I can't just lie down like this. Let's finish cleaning quickly and then lie down. I gathered my sluggish strength and stood up. This house Grandpa left me was too big to live by myself. An educator and book lover, Grandpa had many books. He moved to larger and larger houses to keep all those books, and eventually settled in this mansion. When Grandma was alive, they often fought over those books. Even I never saw all the books in the house, and there were rooms I couldn't enter because of them. Thanks to them, cleaning was always difficult, but I have no intention of throwing them away. Even if Grandpa passed away, since his memories are in those books, they are precious to me as well. I mean, I would give them to another book lover. Shall we start with the living room? I took off my uniform and got the vacuum cleaner. Huh? Was someone expected? Who is it? Delivery. Delivery? Oh, I was expecting something. Thank you. As soon as I got the package, I headed up to my room. Yay, I've been waiting for this for a long time. Those are some nice boots. Is that just a... That's not a drawing, that's just an image. It's kind of funny. In the box was a splendid handmade suit and a pair of black boots. They were no bigger than my hands, but were as intricate as those of humans. Well, I can always clean later. Doll fans have different priorities from normal people. If you buy something new, you naturally have to set everything else aside and try it on the doll to take pictures. I laid down the dolls from the shelf and tried this and that on them. Pretty as expected, the wait was worth it. The room quickly turned into a mess while I dressed the dolls into pretty clothes. I long forgot I had been cleaning just a while ago. I drown in my own thoughts as I look around the room full of doll props. Other people will find it strange that I play with dolls even though I'm not a child. If they see a grown-up student still collecting dolls, they'll think she's juvenile. And if they find out the dolls are quite expensive, they'll think it's more bizarre. But I don't think I'm weird. I didn't think you were weird until you called the dolls your boyfriend. So I have no desire to be understood by others. Sometimes it gets a bit uncomfortable and lonely, but I don't have much problem with making excuses like now. But if there's one thing that bothers me, it's not being able to tell my friends. Soy and Shinbi would never guess this side of me. I thought of friends who are always by my side. I put the dolls on the shelf and plopped down on the bed. Hey guys, if I tell Soy and Shinbi the truth, what would they say? The dolls silently look at me. Well, I've gotten this far anyways. All I have to do is keep up like this. I stretch as far as I can on purpose to shake off all the worries. After stretching my muscles, I suddenly feel the fatigue flood over me. I have to finish cleaning. It's too loud. I unconsciously grope for the alarm clock by the bed. It's 5 a.m. It was long before the alarm rang. I must have fell asleep. I slowly get up from bed. Must have really overworked my body yesterday. My shoulder still hurts. I felt stiffer than usual for waking up early. So noisy in the morning. Should I sleep more? Is that my neighbors or is there like thumping in game? Oh no, I think it's in game. Anyways, is there construction going on around the house? Why is it so noisy today? What? Wait, this sound is coming from the kitchen? I'm so hungry. I'm about to starve and die. I'm going to die before I can save the world. You're hungry too, aren't you? Oh, yes, a little. Hey, can't we just get something delivered? I'll get the cash from that fellow's wallet. I saw something that looked really good on TV before. I think it was called Jajang. Could you please be quiet? Do you want to show off how rude you are? Taking the wallet. You are no different from a thief. What? Punk? A thief? Did you just call the Justice Warrior a thief? Look, if you talk too loud, Master will... He's calling me a thief. Hey, you listen. I only said I'll take the money, not steal it. They're the same. What is the difference? They are different. From the start, she said she likes to buy us things. Shh. You were both talking too loud. Master's going to wake up. She already looked tired last night. Yeah, both of you stop screaming in my ears. I almost said creaming in my ears. I have low blood pressure, and I don't want delivery food. My skin is sensitive, and I have to watch what I eat. So, Tay, a home meal for me, please. It seems I've naturally become the cook. Well, okay. But first, talk after you've peeled off that facial mask. She already looks surprised. A man in an apron called Tay raises the ladle and points at me. It looks like a cute frilly apron as well. She turned paler after seeing your face with that facial mask, Yuri. The boys. He's like... it's an interesting face. Oh, and she's so cute peeking from back there. All eyes turned on me at once. So, what is happening right now? The man in the apron and bandana holding a ladle looks like Tay. The frowning man sitting at the table with his finger on his forehead is a carbon copy of Lance. The young man scratching the back of his head with an apologetic face had the same hair color as Red. The one calmly sitting at the table with his two hands gathered on his knees had Yanho's eyes. The tall one smoothing out the facial mask on his face. Is it really Yuri? But wait, isn't that hairband mine? Oh, Master, I apologize. We were a bit noisy just now, weren't we? The kid who looked like Yanho and I made eye contact. What? Master? I gotta think of voices for all them. He's right. Red and Lance, be sorry. It's going to take a while to cook the food. Won't you sit here since you've just woken up? What did I do? He's the one who started the fight. He won't even let me wake that fellow up, bugging me for every single tiny thing. That is because you were about to jump onto the bed. Never mind. You have no sense for your own wrongdoings. I apologize if we woke you up. The one who looks like Lance is slightly bowed. The one who looks like Lance slightly bowed his head to me. Just in time. I was about to ask something. Is there an Enion hairdryer in this house? You are, after all, a girl. You should have something similar. Well, your hair is kind of cute, all soft and fuzzy like a squirrel. I think I'm dreaming a lot lately. Am I getting weak? I pinch my cheek with my eyes still on the boys in front of me. It hurts. Pinch the other side too. It hurts twice as much. That's enough self-mutilation for the morning. You'll be late if you don't get yourself together and start getting ready. Yo, you listening to me? Come here. There's an empty seat next to me. Let's eat together. You always eat crappy food or nothing at all. That won't do. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You can't fight for justice without it. Yes, Master, you always end up eating toast. You're already so weak. I've always worried about your eating habits. Now. The baby cubs are worried sick, so sit down. Or do you want to sit on my lap? His shirt cut is so strange. I mean, otome game protagonists, or love interests always have weird clothes, but that's something. The tall man drags me towards the table. What is that blank look? But how about getting changed first if you're going to sit at the table? The silver-haired boy who looks exactly like Lance spoke to me. What? Are there not table manners? I wish you would care about your manners even if it's still home. It's enough with that redhead over there with his hideous clothes. What'd you say? What about my clothes? Are you being serious? Then I apologize. I have overestimated you, or at least I assumed that you possessed a thinking, albeit empty, head. This proves that I am a warrior of justice. And do I have a head? What do you say? Now, wait, Red, don't flip the table over just because you're mad. Everyone's getting grouchy because they're hungry. Now, everyone, here's your meal. Oh, the plating is actually really fantastic today. You have a good eye. I like it. Thanks, Yuri. His voice is so silly. I feel good hearing that coming from you. Now, I've made plenty so everyone eat up. Master, sit here. Huh? Okay. Smiles. Yeah. Why are you smiling? It's like a dream come true, sitting here together and eating breakfast with you. The cute kid resembling Yanho handed me a spoon. And then he wrapped his small soft hands around mine. Being able to hold these hands that have always caressed me. Master, this can't be a dream, can it? And his clear and bright eyes were pure happiness. This kid, he's so lovely. I unconsciously hold up my hand and stroke his head. His soft hair twining around my hand felt good. This really isn't a dream. Yeah, it really isn't a dream. What? This isn't a dream? I suddenly stood up. Yanho shrank back in fear and my chair fell down with a bang. I thought you were too calm. Here we go. Yo, you guys! What the hell? Who are you? Huh? I thought you already knew. Okay, I'll introduce myself. Listen, alright? I'm the defender of the earth fighting for justice. The sacred name is Red. I'm Red, and I'm the captain of this group. Red? Those clothes and the name Red. My doll, Red? Yes, you are correct. So you're saying you're that doll? Yeah, that's what I said. No way. Shut up. Why not? I'm telling the truth. Why do you bully me? But a doll, moving, coming to life. How am I supposed to believe that? I cannot agree that this guy over here is our leader. But we are your dolls, so please calm down. Yeah, I understand you're surprised, but get yourself together. Yanho over there is about to cry. The boy, still coward and stiff, was about to break into tears. Why are you so baby? I don't like you. He looked at me with his wet eyes and spoke to me. I thought Master would be happy if we came to life. I was wrong. But what? Wait, that's not it. My honey. Now, I love everything about you, my dear, but making kids cry isn't really acceptable. So I think you should comfort Yanho now. My what? Stop crying now, Yanho. I know you're a bit confused right now, but why don't we eat first? Breakfast is getting cold. I see steaming hot soup and glossy rice on the table. Ever since Grandpa died, I haven't seen such a well-prepared breakfast table. Living by myself afterwards, I just couldn't be bothered to eat breakfast. Ever since living by myself, I rarely ate rice and just bought bento boxes or bread from convenience stores. so I'm also not used to eating breakfast with this many people. Yeah, a lot of people, and what's more, a lot of boys. Wait. Huh? I suddenly stood up again, and slowly checked how I look. Even if I ignore the messy hair disheveled from my sleep, my clothes were disastrous. My pajamas were a ridiculously juvenile bear print dress I had bought on the street 5 years ago. It's weird history. There were even holes here and there. And inside the pajamas, braless. Aspiring to be a free soul, I always took off my underwear at home and enjoyed living by myself. I don't think it's that unusual to not wear a bra when you're home. Do I actually look like this in front of these 5? No way! Ugh. Ha 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 ha. What a lively morning. After panicking for a while, I quickly went back to my room to change into better clothes, and came back to the living room. And then I came to life. After I came back, Red explained to me what had happened. So, what are you trying to say? That you were on the shelf until yesterday, but woke up to find yourself a human being? Yes. How? I've just told you, something just popped up. And whisked like this. I had no idea what he was saying. Just had to talk like that. What a stupid explanation. Hey, what about what I just said? Then do you know about the reason we became humans? There is no one among us who can explain that. Even I don't really understand what happened to us. But as Red said, I remember something touching our bodies. I remember too. As soon as it touched us, we were surrounded by light, and when I opened my eyes afterwards, I had a human body. So no one can explain why we came to life, but one thing is for sure. Yuri walked towards me with his long legs. Fucking spider-looking ass. Human or not, our owner is you. Only you. My one and only. My owner. It's kind of creepy. Yuri raised my chin as he spoke. Up close, he's really so cute. What? What? I accidentally spoke my mind while blankly staring at him. Luckily, Yuri seems to have missed it. Didn't you say something just now? Yuri raised my chin and pulled my face towards his. He was not as small as when he was a doll. Yeah? Yeah, okay. My heart started pounding to see such a beauty up close. He's not just a beauty, he's a man. Oh, it was nothing. I shake off his hand at this thought. Now that I think about it, Yuri is first and foremost a man. I've never been this close to a guy other than Grandpa and Dad. After being aware of this, my heart started to beat faster. My face is probably red too. This is embarrassing. Oh my god, my honey, are you being shy? I was just surprised. Yuri seemed to put on a serious face, but soon shrugged it off and came back to his usual self. But there's something odd. What is it? If you guys are the dolls, then what are those? All the dolls in my room are where they were before. I point towards my room. I checked with my own while getting dressed. I guess with my own eyes. On the shelf were 5 dolls as usual. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I think our bodies remain the same. You can say that we are the souls of those dolls. The soul? Yes, those dolls over there are no more than empty shells. The real us are standing right here. I believe the unconscious in the dolls materialized into human figures. The conscious is what? I can't understand what he means. Knowing that I'm thinking, Lance frowned a bit and started to explain more. To put it simple, the souls inside the dolls turned into human bodies. Of course, I do not know why. What kind of fantasy is that? So now that they are human, the dolls are useless? No. Although they are just shells, they are the bodies, so whatever happens, you must be careful of something. Be careful of what? If the body is damaged, then our human bodies are injured as well. What? Just as I said. I don't know how exactly it works, but if the doll bodies are in danger, we are affected too. We've already tested by pricking Red with a needle, so this is an absolute fact. Hey, that was not a test. It was torture. You guys seized my arms and cruelly forced me to— Ah! He scowled and buried his face in his hands as if recalling something horrendous. So, my dolls have come alive and are standing right in front of me. Is this it? This is real and not a dream? How do they know so much? Like, how did they get this information that they're giving me? If they have just become conscious. Lance was staring at me and our eyes met. Why? Nothing. You were looking very stupid. Although, it did suit you. Okay. What? Stupid? Ugh, are you really my doll? What happened to the Prince Charming I'd imagined? Who's this jerk in front of my eyes? I've come to realize that these 5 boys are very different from what I had pictured. Especially Lance. Talking with my dolls was something I've always dreamt of. I was indeed a bit disappointed by their cold attitudes. We do not know anything for certain right now. Why we came to have these bodies, whether or not it is temporary.
Charge complete.
So we must not be hasty from now on. For a while, we should calmly observe our situations. As he finished his words, Lance looked at me. I just sat there listening to what he was saying and stared blankly at those unrealistic moving lips. Oh, do they look doll-like? Or do they look like people? I am sure you were quite shocked to see us like this, but at least for now, you are our owner, so please bear with us. If things do not work out, we will search for ways to move out of this house. Why? I don't want to leave. I want to live with her. I had so many things I wanted to do if I turned human. Hey, same for you, right? Let's live together. I'll make every single day fun. Oh, you're quite bold, Red. There's a perv sneaking underneath that innocent face of yours. How good it is to be young. Yuri, you're strange. I want to be with Master too. Master is our owner. And I think it doesn't make sense for us to live apart. Even if y'all disagree, I won't budge this. Yano, calm down. Relax your hands. No one told you to get out of here. Yanho slightly relaxed at Tay's words. You are all quite peaceful when we do not know how long this will last. Are you all stupid? On second thought, your heads are already empty. It's the same for you too. No. Whether or not we stay here depends on the house owner. Tay approached me. I know this will be a burden, but will you let us stay here? You are the only person we know. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop it here. And come back to this another day. But thank you very much for watching. I would love to know who's your favorite anime boy. Who's the anime boy you most want to smooch? I really liked Lance until he was mean to me. So yeah. Hopefully he'll be nicer to me later. Bye-bye.